Hello friend, welcome back. In your previous video, I have discussed about the document object, some of the property, right? Now in this video, I want to discuss about some of the document object method. Like I will discuss about two of this object method. One will be as a get element by ID, another is the query selector. So before I have already done some of the work, right? Better I want to make it as a clean right now. I simply remove everything. Now click as a save all. And now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see it's now clean. So I want to get some of the ID, like here that is one of the h1 tag, and into this h1 tag they have one of the ID. If you make it as an inspect, you can see there is one of the ID is the add post title ID. I want to get this ID, and with this ID we can actually do multiple work. Step by step I show you. Like first of all I want to display it. If you want to display it, then here with the console log, okay, with the console log I want to display it with the console and then the console log. And in this console log area with these documents, okay, with these documents, and with this document I want to run one of the method as a get element by ID method. Okay, so that is one of the method, and into this method area here I want to pass our ID. That means that is actually our ID. I copy it, and now if you pass it, then that will be get all the data. Like if you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, and now if you go to our console, okay, into this console you can see it's now successfully get h1 tag all the data. Okay, better I want to make it with one of the variable, and then that will be better. I want to take one of the variable in here, okay, with this let, and I just name it as a header variable. And then there is a console log. We don't need this. I only want to add that our document. I simply close it, and also I remove it. Okay, now I just take that things in our header, and now after that I want to display it with the console log, with the console and then the console log. Here I want to display our header. Simple work. Okay, here I simply load it. Now if you click at the save all, and now if you go, our result will be same. Now you can see it's now perfectly get all the things, right? So now I want to do like that is our header, right? So here I want to do, if you want to get only that ID, you can also get it. Better I copy it and then into the console log. Okay, here I want with this console log I want to access that ID. Okay, I simply access this ID, and now if you click as a save all, now that should be get this ID. Click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get only that ID. Okay, here into this element there have also one of the ID, and now you can see it's now simply get this ID. Simply understand all the things, friend. It will be needed, okay, because here if you want to get some of the specific class ID, then you can get it with get element by ID, and with this you can actually do a lot of work. Like if you want to if you want to get the class name, you can get that class name. If you want to get the class list, then you can also get it, right? I have already discussed about that things with you. Like here if you want to get that class, I make it as a console log. Okay, console log, and console log, better I copy it because here I will actually use it multiple time. I copy it and here I paste it. Okay, now into the console log that is will be a header, and this header I want to get that class name, so that will be as a class name, right? And after that if you want to get that class list, then you can also get it. Like I click as a save all, now refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get this class name. If you go to our HTML, into this HTML in our header one, here you can see there is our class name is this one, right? It's now successfully get this class name. And also there is another one as a class list. I want to load that header. With this header that will be as a class list. Now that should be get our all that class list. Now click as save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully get all that our class list. So now friend, as I told you before, here if you want to now add some of the inline style sheet, you can actually add that style sheet with our this class, okay, with our this ID. Here I have already get our specific ID, take that things with this variable, right? And now I want to do here, better I want to show you. I want to use that. I have already discussed about that things with you, how can do that work. So that is our header, right? And in particular that position with this header, not the console, I want to actually add that things in here. Like I want to do header, that will be as a header. Here I take with this element by ID, I take the things with this variable, right? Now with this variable here I want to add one of the style, and into this style I want to add one of the background. Okay, I want to use that on the background color. So if you want to use that background color, here I want to do into the single code, I pass one of the color name as a DDD. Okay, I make it as a DDD, and now that will be added one of the background color. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's successfully added one of the background color. Okay friend, how much interactive, you can see there is a step-by-step process. So with this we get a specific our element ID with our that method as a get element by ID. Now here I able to add some of the style sheet in here. I add one of the background color, and if you also want to add that style our text color, then you can use it. There is a header style, okay, style, and then I want to use that as a color. So that is our color, and here I want to use that color as a F. Okay, that means the white color I want to visible. And also if you want to display some of the padding, I have already discussed about that things with you. That will be as a header style, and then the padding. Okay, I want to use that as a 15 pixel for the padding, and that will be as a 15 pixel. So now that should be also work. Here also we have to make it into the single. Okay, that means the single quote. Now that should be work. Now click as a save all. Now go there, refresh it. Yeah, you can see it's our text is now become changed. So before that was a black, and now that is white. So if you want to make it as a change, then only you have to do that will be as a 000. Okay, that means that is one of the black color. Click as a save all. Now refresh. Now you can see our text has become changed, and that is our background. I have also added one of the padding. Perfect. How can do that work? I hope you get some of the idea, and you can do a lot of work. Like here, if you want to change that text, you can also do that work. There is another property I want to declare it. That is a header, and with this header there is a text content. I can say there is a text content. So what type of text content you want to add, you have to do simply add the things in here. So I just make it as a new, okay, new all text. Okay, I make it as a new all text. So now if you click as a save all, now our this text should be changed. Now click as a refresh. You can see because everything is happening by the ID, right friend? Because I have already get one of the ID. You can see I have get that element ID, and with this element ID how many things we can actually do. Okay, I hope just simply understand how that functionality actually work. We can change the background, we can change the text color, we can change the padding, and also we can able to change the text. So that is a new text. And also if you want to add that inline code, that means right now you can see that is one of the add post, right? Here if you want to change it, then there is another one as a header, and then the inline. Okay, inner, that is the inner text. Okay, that is the inner text, and with this inner text you can also change it. Like here I name it as this is new. Okay, this is new. I just simply put this type of one of the text. Okay, here I simply add that semicolon. Now with this inner text that will be again changed. Click as a save all. Now that should be displayed. This is new. You can see it's not displayed that this is new. And also they have the another method as a query selector. So for the query selector you will get not only that ID, you can get that ID, you can get the class name, and also you can get that tag. Like I show you here right now, I want to make it everything as a comment out. Okay, I make it as a comment out, and then I take another variable. Better I copy it, and then here I paste it. Okay, I take another variable as a header and document, and then our method name. Method name will be as a query, query query. Okay, you can see there is a query selector method. So I want to run that query selector. So into this query selector, when you access any ID, okay, make that sure you remember that part because that is much important. Into the query selector, you will able to access three things. You will be able to access that ID, you will be able to access that class, and also the tag. But when you use that any ID, then before this ID, you have to use that as a hash. And when you use any class, then before this class name, you have to use that as a dot. Okay, and if you use that as a tag, then here we don't need to change anything. Simply add this tag class in here. Okay, so right now I'm actually using one of the ID because that is one of the ID, right? Here I want to first of all, we have to use that as a hash. That means the hash and then our ID. Okay, I just simply loaded this ID. So our rest of this will be as just like that same. Here right now if you copy it, I want to paste it because here I take that same variable name. And now let's check this out. Okay, now I want to make it as a comment out everything, and now I want to check it with the console. Click as a save all. Now go there, now refresh it. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully get all the data. Okay, it's everything is work perfectly. If you want to add some of the CSS class, then you can also add it. Like here I paste it, and then I make it as a comment out. And now that is our query selector. Now if you click as a save all and now go there, click as a refresh, yeah, you can see it's perfectly now updated. I hope friend you get some of the idea how two of this method actually work. One is the get element by id. With this you will be able to get a specific one of the id, and when you use that as a query selector, then with this query selector you are able to access the class name, you will be able to access that id and then the tag. But our main focus is to how to actually deal with it, right? When you get a specific one of the id, with this id you can do a lot of work. You can change the background color, style, that means the font color, you add some of the padding, and also you can change the text. Okay, so that is the simple procedure. I hope you like it very much. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.